All right, hello everyone. So let's start the week. Now I've already posted the hours and the possible swing days in the members area, right? So what have we got now? We've got a good impulse wave from Friday, which we said should happen, and it happened at the Astro hours there. As you can see, that was an Astro hour. Market made a dip, pushed up, comes back down after this impulse wave with an ABC down into the Astro hour right there, and then boom. I actually did a video on the whole weeks and how to follow up the whole week last night, so you can check that on YouTube or Vimeo as well. So what to do with gold. Now, if we keep going up, okay, if we keep going up, we want to sell off, okay, and that could be around there. It could be at 108, and it could be 118. All right. Why? Because if you take a look at your ATAM weekly, we still have room to go up into that zone. Okay. Now it's already done the initial targets, so the market could come back down from here like it did here. So selling this zone is not a bad idea. They've done it before. So a little bit more push up, take out the stops, and then come down. It's doable. All right. So going up a little bit more into that 2108 to 104. Okay, 2093 zone, or slightly higher into that zone, 2100 is okay. All right, so we could go up a little bit more, which is fine. It's not a problem. If we keep pushing up first, it's a swing day. It's better for us actually. Then we want to look for a place to sell off. And then if it sells off, then we should go all the way into at least Wednesday, Thursday in a downwards kind of move, and should come back down into this zone. All right. So now another thing we need to look out for is on the weekly. As you can see, that is 56. 56 is 2052. So 2052 is all the way down here. 2052 is right there. In fact, 2052.50 is there. But see the gap here. All right. So if it comes down this far, it should at least come back down into a little bit lower as well. Okay. So this is why we need to kind of like, if we go up still a little bit more today, if we end up somewhere high, maybe at New York, it'll sweep the stops at the Astro hour, 6:40 my time is an option. And then we might see the market dipping down. All right, so that's that on gold. If you want to follow this up into there and want to do an intraday trade and go with the trend, then you can use the channel dips. If the market pulls down, if the market comes down, this is the Asia low, as you can see. If the market comes down, cleans it out, and then goes back in, then you can follow it up as well at Astro hours. If you're using your ATAM on the 1 hour, obviously no buying here. What's that? 75. That's 2088. That could also be a sell if you're watching it on the hour. So if it goes up, then you can sell off as well into there. All right. That's also an option. If you want to sell around here, you need to wait until lunchtime. If the market is around here, around 115, 120, okay, 215 also. You got to look out for 215 because that's a possible breakout. So the hour 115 to 120 is nice. It's nice, okay. But there are two things that can happen there. One, the market could whipsaw until 215 because we've got a sad planet there. It was a bit of a drama. So that could whipsaw a little bit. So you need to be careful around that 215. But in any case, we want to sell into the lower parts. If it goes up a little bit more, we're okay to sell. Also on the daily, the weekly, That's 62, 63, 2091, which I've already marked, 2082. So that's 2091, 2082 is right there. All right. So, which is pretty much the opening as well. And that's where the market kind of relaxed out. Okay. So if we push up towards lunchtime, if we're sticking around here, any up move, would like to short down. Okay. Because this should give us an A, B, C formation if it starts to sizzle down. All right. If you're using your, like I said, your 1 hour chart as well, then 60 and 52 are going to be targets. That's all the way down to 2076, 2071. And you can use 2076, 71. As you can see, that's your daily pivot and that's your weekly there. So we should dip down into that zone. All right. That's that. Let's take a look at the euro dollar. Now, euro dollar on the weekly, we've got a bit of a breakout here on the price. Okay. On the monthly, we're right on the edge, which is a good buy kiss at 51, which is 1.0879. 1.0879 is going to be 0879 is just going to be around there. 0879. So we could come up a little bit. That's on the monthly. Let me just tighten this up. Let's see. There you go. All right. So that's on the monthly. It's already done it. This is, that's February. Sorry. That's February. So in March, that could be the goodbye kiss. If we hit there again, you sell off. Okay. In any case, what we want to do with the euro dollar as well. All right. This zone, as you can see, is a sell zone. Market in a sideways motion. Okay. You can see sideways, chop, 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 chop. Now that 58 is 1.0851. That's why it's there, 1.0851. So this zone is also okay to sell at Astro hours, right? If we push up a little bit more, selling is okay. If it breaks above that, don't muck around with it because you know might be going higher. On the weekly, if it breaks out, which it has done a little bit, okay, it could take us up. So I'd use proper risk management here if you're going to trade this. Two things you can do. You can either wait for this to break out, if it's going to break out or not, okay, and then enter on the pullback, or you can say, if it comes back down into an Astro hour, which it should be down here, all right, this is like, it should come down here. There's a big gap here, as you can see. Then from here, we can go up again, all right. But this is a bit choppy, as you can see. So at the Astro hours, let's take a look at the week and the 1 hourly as well to see where things are at. Yeah, this zone, if it breaks above this 1.0850, don't sell in front of it. Just let it break out, and on a pullback, you can follow it up there and then see how things pan out. Because if this thing breaks out, then we've got room to go. But this monthly on the ATAM, you must look out for it, okay? Because that's going to be a place where the market may stop and just push all the way back down, which is what we're expecting, because that's the impulse wave. So we should have an A, B, C down, and that A, B, C down should bring us down, as you already know, to there. All right, that's the 37.25 zone. We should dip there again. Yeah, so we'll see how that pans out, but you get the drift. Okay, that's that. So overall, on the bigger time scale, we're short on that one. But because we're day trading and intraday trading, we have to be mindful about these levels. So if you want to go long, do it on the pullback at an Astro hour. If you want to sell, do it from the highs. But if it breaks above the 0850, just take a step back. Let the market do what it wants to do. Don't rush your trade because it's going sideways and the inclination is up with the upwards move. Let's just do this. Now, this is SB 500. Let's take a look at that. Now, with the SB 500 as well, you can see we've got a great impulse wave push. That's the range there. All right, so the market will want to come back. Will want to come back. If it goes up in the New York or the London session, if it goes up, kind of does a bit of a sweep, we'll have to see how things pan out. Here, as you can see, the market just keeps pushing up. We've got a new moon coming up this weekend, so the market still has potential to go up, and it can do no problem. And you can see we've got this triangle here as well. All right, so this is a bit of a tricky situation. If the market does pull back, it can come all the way back down there, but we've got this nice breakout. Now, if the market pulls back, should we go long? Well, the market's going up, so why not? What you can do is if it pulls back into 65, 62, there'll be your buy levels, which is 5,113 and 98. 5,113, which is right there. 5,098 is there. 113 is there. Right, so there. So we've got a bit of room for the market to come back down as well. All right, so like I said, if it does come back down, it could also push up. Now, if the market breaks up and closes above there, then the pullback is going to be okay to go long. As you can see on the weekly as well, we've got that level there. Now, that is really high. Okay, LCL 5252, which is going to be way up there. Okay, so that's like way out there. Do you want me to put it in? Let's put it in 5252. All right. And this is the range we're sticking in. So if the market does come back down into Tuesday, Wednesday, into a decent level, we don't mind going back up, following it up, and that's fine. Okay. If you want to sell into, Tuesday or Wednesday or the next swing day, because your swing day is going to be, today's a swing day. So we could like kind of go up, retest the highs, and then dip down into Wednesday and kind of reformat and then go back up. That's also doable. But where do you want to do that is a question mark. So this is technically a level where you can do that. Okay, which is just there, slightly above the high of Friday. Okay, slightly above the high of Friday there. Okay. Let's take a look at Dow Jones, NASDAQ, Bitcoin. Now, Dow Jones, NASDAQ, as you know, they'll go together with SP 500. Nicely enough, Dow Jones and NASDAQ, they all got the same swing days, which is nice to see. All right, which is really nice to see. So today can be a really nice retracement. If the market kind of like heads up a little bit, takes out the highs, and then, comes back. So what you want to do is look out for this in London and New York. All right, so if you want to trade this, you got to look out for 6:40 my time, which is going to be 17:40 here. All right, you also want to take a look out for this, is because in New York it's going to be a little tricky again. All right, this is 17:40 there. And you also want to take a look at 16:20, which is going to be 15:20 here on this as well, which is pretty much just London pre-session. And so we might get a few choppy moves around here. Okay. And if we get these choppy moves up here, we'd want to sell down into the daily and to the weekly. Okay. Now here the goodbye kiss is 64. That's 18209. So if we come back into 18209, the market will want to buy there. 18209. All right. So this is the first support of the market. And that's that. On the weekly, all right, the resistance is 76.96, 18554. If we go up there first, 18554, that's a sell-off level. 18554. All right, so that'll be a sell-off level. So if the market keeps pushing up and comes into there in an astro hour, then selling down is not a bad idea. That's that level. If it breaks above there and does something crazy like breaks up and closes above there, just be mindful of your astro hours. Don't stand in front of it. Just check your astro hours, because one little thing there is this LCL1. That's 18,819, which is just huge. 18,819 is like all the way up there as well. All right. So there are a few levels here, but this zone should be a sell zone. All right. So two things can happen. We're either come down to go up, we're going to go up to come down. Okay. And that's that. And if the market retraces into Wednesday, like it might do with the swing days, then that's fine. You want to then buy it on Wednesday to push up. All right. If we go up into Wednesday, then it should sell off, but I think it should come back down to go up. Okay, that's what should happen. So if you want to play on the sell side as well, you can if it takes out the stops. If London takes out the stops in Asia and New York, takes out stops somewhere like in London, Asia, and then it could want to pull down into Tuesday and Wednesday, and that's fine. Dow Jones, same kind of setup, guys. This is nice, actually. As you can see, Dow Jones did not do the same rash movements as they did. So this is like nicer to sell off. Okay, this is like a better kind of trading setup here, because we've got room to break down and come into 56, which is 38,921. 38,921. So that's going to be a target there. All right, into there. And that's just nice to see we made those levels. On the weekly, as you can see, this is high up as well. The market touched that line last week, and it could just still push down, and that's what I'm anticipating on. All right. Also, we're at a monthly target here. So Dow Jones is like looking a bit more better to move into. It's like this. No, we could maybe break down, and if it breaks below this, then we've got a lot more room to come down into. So what to do with this? Well, you'd like to wait for the market to retest these high levels. Okay. Now, where did I get those from? Let's take a look. Now, that level is LCL1, as you can see, 39,608. 39,608 is like way, way out there. Okay, so 39,608. Why should we keep this on the radar? I'll tell you why. Because I'll keep that there. I'll tell you why. Because if the market does push higher, okay, we might still go there. And that's on the weekly there, and that'll be a sell level as well. On the monthly as well, we're already at 65, which is there. It's already done that. So not much else to talk about. Yeah, not much else to talk about here. All right, so what about this one? Daily, 69, 39,375. 39,375 is on the daily. All right, so this is also going to be important for us. So the market can go up a little bit more. retest those levels, and they'll be sell-off levels. Okay, and that's that. If it breaks below that, let's see what I have on the weekly: 69, 38,593. And this is the downside where we can get to. All right, so that's how we can take a look at things. All right, it's only logical that we're up here, okay? And we might stick around up here for a while, okay, because of astrological phenomena. We'll see how things pan out. But this new moon also coming up on Saturday may give us a trigger to kind of reverse as well. So be mindful, selling from the highs. It's not a bad idea. Maybe also if we get the trigger this week, next week a little bit of a retracement or a high level can give us a opportunity to sell off as well. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin, that's today. So this is the daily. Monday, Sunday, Saturday. Okay, Saturday, Sunday, as you can see, we had a triangle. All right, nice little pennant, pushing back up, taking the stops initially off the high. On the weekly, where are we at? 89. So slightly a bit more up move is possible here. If you're using ATAM, just mind these levels. So this is like good to kind of push up into there. And on the monthly, I don't have a target on the monthly. So the weekly is where we can get to. And because I don't have a price there, because these are too high, extreme levels, in the new version, I'll probably add the price for everything there is. If it gets up into there, just also understand this is a place where you don't want to be buying, okay? Because those are target levels. On the daily, that LCL1 is also pretty high, okay? And you can see there's a slight bit of a divergence there as well. So this zone is a bit tricky. You'll have to play and manage it nicely. It should at least come back into there, as I said, before it goes back anywhere again. So if you want to buy, you got to wait for the price to fall. And definitely buying the tops of the market is not a good idea, like many people have experienced when they bought here. Okay, because you could be holding onto that for like a few years before going back up. All right. And that's that for this.